Should you shoot for the stars or start small and dream big? Sometimes it feels like the only way to succeed is to aim as high as you can. But what if instead of chasing stars, you start creating your own? Right here, piece by piece, you build your own sky. Back in 2017, I was just getting started with trading. It was exciting, new, and honestly, I thought I was doing pretty well. One month, I'd make $3,000 and I'd feel like I was on top of the world. But the next month, I'd be losing few hundreds or in other cases, thousands of dollars. There was no consistency. I didn't have a plan. I was just riding the highs and lows, hoping for the best. By the summer of the same year, I'd managed to stack up over $50,000. Looking back, I realized how lucky I was because I didn't really know what I was doing. I was following signals from other traders, jumping from one strategy to the next one, and doing all the things you are not supposed to do. But somehow, it worked. Until it didn't. 1 month. And I still don't know how it happened. I lost everything. Exactly $53,960, all gone, just like that. Please understand that this wasn't just my trading money. It was also my savings from my full-time job. Money I'd worked so hard to save. I was crushed. I felt like my world had fallen apart. I couldn't even look at a trading chart without feeling sick. So I stopped. I stepped away from trading because I was completely burned out. For 6 months, I didn't touch it. But as time passed, I started to think, what if I could do this the right way? What if I could start over but smarter this time? When I decided to try again, I made a promise to myself. I wouldn't trade with green money until I had my own strategy. A trading strategy that I understood and trusted completely. I'd already learned a lot from my mistakes, so I set out to create something that actually worked for me. For the next 4.5 years, I went all in on learning and testing. I tried everything, failed more times than I can count, and slowly pieced it all together. By the end of 2022, I had an aha moment. I realized that most of the successful strategies out there rely on the same 4 indicators: MACD, RSI, Bollinger Bands, and Parabolic SAR. So I took those indicators, added some price actions and a lot of chart patterns and built something that fit my style. You may say, it's not completely original, probably not, but does it work? Absolutely. And more importantly, I know why it works, which makes all the difference. Yeah, I built a strategy that is saving me from losing, and that's the only thing I care about. Now, before we continue, I just want to remind you that the access to the first chapter from our course where we teach our strategy is totally for free. No need for your email or your personal informations. Just click the link in the description below and start learning. Now, when I talk about how much money you need to start trading, I'm not just throwing out random numbers. I've lived it. I've been through the wins, through the losses, and everything in between. This isn't just about how much cash you need to get started. It's about understanding the process, managing the risks, and taking the time to build something real. Let's say you've developed a trading strategy with a 65 win rate. Pretty solid, right? Now, what's your next move? Most people's instinct is to start making money as soon as possible. But here's the deal. Whether you start with $1,000 or $10, it all comes down to one thing. How much you trust your strategy. Yeah, the more confidence you have in it, the more capital you can put on the line. But you have to be brutally honest with yourself. Are you really sure about it? Statistically, is it as solid as you think? And beyond that, your starting capital should also depend on how much you are willing to risk and how much profit you are aiming for. If you are just starting out, my advice is simple. Don't risk a penny. Start with a demo account. No pressure, no risk. Just practice. That's exactly what I did when I began trading. I started small, like really small. I'm talking $10. I started trading binary options and Forex with just that. And when I made some profit, I doubled it to $20. But here's the thing. Even when I made money, I never risked it all. If I had $300 saved up in my account, I never put it all on the line. That way, even if my strategy completely failed for the next 10 trades, I'd still be okay. The rule I followed was simple but powerful. It's the 5% rule, meaning never risk more than 5% of your balance on a single trade. And also never deposit on your account more than 5% of the money you can afford to lose. And I mean really afford to lose. Money that, if it disappears tomorrow, wouldn't mess up your life or break your heart. Trust me, this rule will save you from going broke, from blowing up your account, and from the stress that makes trading unbeatable. Stick to it and you'll already be ahead of most beginners. I told you about my Forex trading journey, my binary option trading journey, and now let me tell you about my crypto trading journey. On June 10, 2022, Bitcoin was sitting at $30,000. It had just dropped from $68,000. And honestly, no one thought it would go any lower, but I saw something others didn't. I made 2 videos back then saying that Bitcoin would drop under $18,000, and I even gave the exact date. Let me show you the video. Bitcoin will have a dip, will have another dip, so it will drop more. So it dropped already to $26,000. I am 100% that it will have another dip, and this dip, I'm 100% that this dip will be in June the 18th. Bitcoin will drop under $30,000 or $20,000, all right, and then it will come back to $20,000, 20k, all right. You can also check these 2 videos from the description below. I was the first to predict the biggest Bitcoin dip ever. In those videos, I said Bitcoin will dip under $18,000, and I told everyone to buy as much as they could because it was going to bounce back soon. And guess what? If you check the chart on tradingview.com, you will see that's exactly what happened. Bitcoin dropped all the way to $15,000, just like I said. Then, also, as I predicted, it went all the way up to $100,000. I can't tell you exactly how much money I invested that time, but hey, you can imagine. This experience taught me the importance of trusting your analysis and acting decisively when the opportunity arises. When I was refining my trading strategy, I had a simple approach. Every month, I'd start with $100 in my balance and work my way up to $4,000 or even $5,000. Sounds impressive, right? But trust me, it was no walk in the park. It was a crazy grind. I was putting in 12 hours a day, every single day, hunting for signals and analyzing charts. It was exhausting, but with time, everything started to click. I refined my strategy to the point where it became second nature. It was no longer about grinding endlessly. It was about executing a system that worked. And you know what? You can do the same with your trading strategy. You don't need to start with a ton of money. Even $100 or less is enough if you are willing to put the effort. The key is to compensate for your small starting capital with hard work and dedication. As your strategy improves, it will start to feel easier. You'll find yourself putting in less effort because your system will do most of the heavy lifting. That's when you can start scaling up, putting more money into your trades as your confidence grows, and let your strategy do the rest. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.